they'll lynch you. But he did, and he laughs at
Hi everybody, Russ on the West Ham Network. Hope you're all safe and well. If you're new around here, give me a like, give me a comment, give me a share. Give it one of those bloody good subscribes. It's a little bit cold in Hornchurch today. We've had about, I think last night we had about 2 inches of snow. I won't tell you how I measured it, but it is cold, so that's why it's 2 inches. Anyway, hope you're all safe and well. Happy Monday. Weekend goes too quick. England get knocked out of the World Cup. But West Ham beat Udinese 3-1. A great goal from Lanzini. I thought Bowen was really good as well. Was exceptional. So let's hope. Obviously, we've got Fulham at the weekend. And in the last mid-off-season friendly, before obviously the Boxing Day game away to the arse. But anyway, as we do on a Monday, loads of bitty stories, so we thought we'd just condense them into a daily, as you were. Sort of the lunchtime headlines. So we'll sort of zoom through things very, very quickly and just give you a flavour of what's been happening over the last couple of days. Let's start with Kurt Zouma. Now, obviously, West Ham have a little bit of a injury crisis, let's be honest. A little bit of an injury crisis, particularly when it comes to centre-backs. With Kurt having to have a somewhat surprisingly announced knee surgery, sort of like one Thursday night, just a tweet, and then a page on the West Ham West Ham sort of website. That was it. And we've seen him walking unaided, without crutches or anything, coming into the training session, although he was wearing jogging bottoms, so you couldn't see if he was wearing a brace or anything like that. But apparently he's facing a month out, just over a month from now. They are predicting, that's according to Clarence Hugh, who state that West Ham are hopeful that Zouma will be back for the game against Wolves on January the 14th, so just over a month away from now. However, it could be better news maybe with Naya Faghed, who's obviously still with the Morocco squad, despite his injury, although it was a minor, they did say it was a minor thigh tear or something like that, I think it was. When they said that could be 1 to 3 weeks. So he may well even feature for the semi-final game. We'll have to wait and see on Wednesday night. But regardless of whether Morocco win or lose, they're still there to the end of the World Cup, because if they lose the semi-final, they'll be playing the third place playoffs the day before the World Cup final. But apparently, it says that they are hopeful. Again, there are hopes that Naya Faghed will be recovering from his thigh injury in time for the game against Arsenal. However, it seems more probable that he'll be available for the game against Brentford a few days later at London Stadium, or the away game against Leeds, January the 4th. So he might be back to January the 4th. But there is a potential that he could be back for that game. So we'll wait and see what happens there. We'll talk about the World Cup in a little bit more detail. I did some stats. It's quite interesting. Let's talk about beating Spurs. We love beating Spurs. It doesn't matter who it is. They're West Ham that beat Spurs. We love it. And West Ham women beat Spurs 2-0 yesterday afternoon. Obviously, Conch is the manager of the West Ham women's side. Many London derby he's been involved in, but this was his first as a manager. And as I said, they secured a 2-0 victory in a freezing cold game on Sunday afternoon, just before the snow fell. Goals from the captain, Dagny, who's we know is a West Ham fan, which is always good to score against a West Ham fan against, it was Kate last year, wasn't it? Do you remember? Have some of that! I loved her. And Sissoko scored the win in East London, to secure the win, moving the Hammers up to 5th in the Barclays Women's Super League. They somewhat had a shock 2-0 loss to Liverpool last week, so they've made up for that. Danny bless her, she scored just after missing a penalty, which shows, great strength of character. Is what a captain should do. Before the French defender Sissoko scored a superb finish. Check it out on YouTube. Great goal. And it was their final league fixture of the calendar year. And great end to 2022 for the West Ham women's side. 5th in the Super League. and a victory against Spurs and a clean sheet and 3 points against the old enemy. So not too bad, not too shabby. Obviously, that's been going on. The women's game and the youth teams of the 18s and below have been still playing during the World Cup. Looking at the World Cup in terms of numbers. So we had 6 players attend the, technically 6 players on our books attend the World Cup. Obviously 5 currently in the squad, 1 on loan in terms of Nikola Vlasic. Now, obviously on Saturday afternoon, Morocco, without obviously Aguerd, booked their place with a somewhat shock victory, but not really. Morocco are a very, very good side, and Portugal are okay. And Hammers captain Rice was part of the side which obviously lost to France, who have West Ham goalkeeper Alphonse Areola on their bench. In total, of the 104 players still in the competition with their countries, 3 are currently on the books of West Ham. Of all the clubs around the world, only 6 teams own more players still in the World Cup than the Hammers. Top of the league is Bayern Munich. They have 6. Then Spanish duos, has 2 Spanish sides, Sevilla and Atletico Madrid, both have 5 each. 3 clubs have 4, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid. I don't know, why am I saying it with a Spanish accent? And Dinamo Zagreb, with no clubs from Italy or England having more players still at the World Cup than the Hammers. There you go. West Ham and Spurs share the lead for English clubs with 3 representatives each. Barcelona and Al Wydad complete the list, with Manchester United, Chelsea, Inter Milan, AC Milan and Juventus are among the clubs with only 2 players left in the tournament, while Arsenal and Man City are among the clubs with only 1 current World Cup player. A few little stats for you. And lastly, let's talk about one of the players still in the World Cup, and that is the Croatian right-back Josip Janovic, who was phenomenal against Brazil. You heard the plaudits, the commentary were plauditing him all the time. Plauditing, is that a word? Praising him all the time throughout that whole game. And obviously, I think it was Thursday I reported a report in, I think it was 90 minutes, how West Ham were impressed by Josip and were looking to maybe make a move in January for him. We had lots of Celtic fans who have joined the channel since, thank you, who were saying that you can have him. They've already got a replacement already lined up. But apparently, and obviously Josip's replacement was going to replace Soufal, who's apparently by Leverkusen bound for around £10 million. And it was going to be almost a straight swap there. I think they were looking to sell him for about 10 million-ish as well. So, but obviously he's had a fantastic World Cup, and it's opened the door to many extra teams, not just the Hammers, but Man United are looking at him, and Chelsea. I mean, the Man United link is a little bit stronger. A move to Old Trafford would probably invariably be more of a draw than London Stadium, in all honesty. Just the historic nature of Man United, I think, at the moment, they are still Man United, one of the world's global brands, really, in world football. But not all could be lost, because if Josip did go to Man United, that would free up Aaron Wan-Bissaka to potentially depart Old Trafford, with us and Crystal Palace both heavily linked with a move for the fullback. Obviously, it will cost a little bit more, but it'll be younger, more pacier. But yeah, we'll see. Keep an eye on that. I think there's going to be a few moving pieces, a few sort of domino effects happening there. And that's it, my friends. So take care, everyone. Stay safe, stay warm. Go and build a snowman. Enjoy the snow. I don't know if I like the snow in the UK. In Lapland it's amazing, but here it's a bit, it just goes a bit sludgy and brown too often, doesn't it? Too quick. Anyway, Hammers headlines this afternoon. Check it out. We've got some transfer stories. Also, we've got a little story about how we're going to make some money for the January budget. So keep an eye out for that. But anyway, take care, everyone. Stay safe, stay warm, stay humble. We'd like to thank all our channel members. If you want to become a member, hit down there. We did our draw for the December draw. Took place last Friday. Check it out. If you remember, you might have won. Let us know if you did. And then we'll have our next draw, obviously, in January, every month. But we appreciate everyone supporting the channel. I'd also like to thank all our channel members, channel partners as well, and our channel sponsors. Take care, stay safe, stay warm. Ciao, ciao for now, my friends. Bye, bye.